Hi. Actually, this is just a video that I thought I was going to do. There's a couple of videos that I'm working on. Is actually on my editing, setup and stuff like that. And I just told myself, oh, let me just do like a little bit of vlog because I got a question in one of my videos, and it was a great question as how would I describe what is editing and stuff like that. Now, I'm not an expert in editing. I am very new to this. I know what it is, and of course, I'm learning from so many different people because I'm watching so many YouTube videos. As you can see, this camera right over here, I was actually just watching a video just now, and I mean, of course, it wasn't about editing, but it was just about YouTubing and stuff like that. And I thought, like, oh, let me just stop and let me just make this video. So today is actually a day off, and it's like a 3-day weekend. And I thought, okay, let me just make a vlog version just to put it up because I told myself, the new thing is what I'm doing is I'm actually working on some videos, and these videos are taking a little bit longer than normal because I'm trying to make some really good videos. So before it was just making videos. Now I'm trying to make better videos. Like my skill sets have just got a little bit more better as the days go by, as the weeks go by. As you guys know, I use DaVinci Resolve as my main go-to software, even though I may use Final Cut Pro and Premiere at some point. But I do actually use DaVinci at this, right now. I'm like, DaVinci is the only thing that I'm using right now, and it's really, really cool. So the question that was asked is, what is editing? Or can I talk about editing a little bit? Okay. So editing is storytelling. Everybody says that, and I'm sure you've heard that also. So editing is actually storytelling. Now, what an editor does is takes all the pieces of footage or all the clips and videos and puts it together, adding sound or subtracting sound, or trying to tell a story on all those clips. Now, this is an example that I'm going to tell you, which I think was really, really cool. And somebody told me the story many, many years ago, and I'm going to repeat the story to you as best as I can. So a long time ago, Leonardo da Vinci was, standing and looking at David. David is the statue that he made, and next to him was his friend, and his friend is also like, next to da Vinci, and they're looking at David, and his friend leans over to Leonardo and says, "That's just beautiful. Like, how did you come up with that? Like, tell me what happened, and like, how did you get to David? Like, it's just incredible. One of the most beautiful sculpture ever." And Leonardo is like, and he's looking, and he leans over to his friend, and he never takes his eye off David, and he looks at David and just tells his friend, "Listen, the thing is, David was always there. All I did was remove the excess to reveal David from the slab of marble." I thought that was such a great story, and I'm telling you right now in this vlog, that's exactly what editing is. Editing is you shoot footage, okay, as much as you can, or with some intention or something like that. Like, you shoot certain things, and then you put it in the timeline, whatever software that you use, you put it on the timeline, and you go in and you look at frame by frame or piece by piece, and you take away the stuff that you think you can do without. And what lays on the table, try to make a story out of that. I remember that story that a friend of mine told me about Leonardo and his friend and looking at David, and I thought editing is the same thing. It's what you're doing is you're actually shooting, and you see what happens is sometimes, and this happens to me, like sometimes when I'm shooting, I really don't know what the story is. It's like I'm telling myself, listen, I'm going to take my ZV-1 camera on my gimbal or on my tripod, and I'm just going to go and shoot stuff, and let's see if I can make a story out of that. And so when I bring all the clips back and I organize it very well, of course, and I put it onto my computer desktop, and then I will look at it, and then I will be like, okay, what's there, what's not there, how can I compose, how can I take these things and put it together to make something interesting. Now, because I'm a student and I'm learning how to do video editing and stuff like that, to me this is a fantastic exercise, and I recommend everybody out there who's actually trying to try out this editing thing, this YouTube thing, is just go and shoot something. Don't worry about anything. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. This is not the time to put pressure on yourself. All you have to do is just go out there, shoot some footage, like shoot like maybe 10 minutes of footage or something like that, and come back to your editing software, lay everything out, do one pass. That means you go through all your footage one time at least, just to remind yourself what is there and what did you do. The way I do it is I will put everything on my timeline, and my keyboard M is known as a marker. Okay, that's like a shortcut for DaVinci. When you click it, it just puts like a little flag or a little marker on the clip. So when I'm watching, I will just go click, click, you know, like anything that's good, anything that I feel is good during my first pass is I will actually put the marker. Okay, so during my second pass, what I will do is I will actually start choosing in. Like I will maybe trim the front of the clip or the back of the clip just to come to that part. But I will not cut it too sharply. I will just trim it in. And then, as you guys know, the way I use is a single timeline. So I will move all my footage towards the end of the timeline. And then little by little, I will move clips over to the front. And I will try to see, as a rough draft, if I have any kind of story happening. So the idea is, of course, that what you do is you try to put everything together and you kind of see if you can actually make a story. I think that is how most video, especially people who are starting making videos, that's how they actually do it. I don't think they actually have any kind of proper script. They just go and shoot and put it together, pick some nice music and just put it together and just to see how it is. That way you're learning the software and you're learning to identify your style. You're trying to see, because it's one thing when you love what other people do. It's another thing when you come up with your own style, or you come up with something that is just a little bit signature to you, and you want to discover that. You want to make a video, and then later on, like for me, whenever I finish making a video, I will watch my video later and I'll make notes, mental notes or written notes, and I'll tell myself, oh my God, you know, that's perfect a place where you should have put a B-roll in, which I did not put a B-roll in, and stuff like that. So anyway, so I hope I answered the question. Is editing is storytelling? And each one of us tells the story very differently. So hopefully you will go out there and write your story, make your story. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See ya.